Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Corporal, bringing you a an update on the Blacktron army and my haul from the Lego shop. So anyway, as you can see in the background, I got the Trade Federation troop carrier thing on May the 4th. Now, why did I get it? To spite you. Well, not you, but you know who. Yeah, a guy said like, "Oh, I'm never gonna get it. I'm gonna cry." But f you. F you, you freaking loser. I got it. I got it to spite you. I was going to give it away to a kid, too. Except every kid there was already going to get one, so it didn't matter. Also, it's kind of like I was at a loss for money, too. I was at a net negative, so I'm keeping it. And I'm never taking it out of the box. I kind of want to take it out of the box. Nah, I'm never going to do that. You know why? Because Star Wars isn't my thing anymore. Okay? Because they ruined it. They ruined it. They soiled it. Soiled it. Soiled it. But anyway. So yeah, I'm like, you know what? Star Wars isn't my thing anymore. Like, I did want to kind of get back into it. But it's like they are just the worst fans. It's just the worst. It's like dealing with a freaking, like, it's like passive aggressive at the same time. It's like they try to, it's like, they're passive aggressive, but they're also at the same time, they're like, "Oh, go get it," but you're a loser because if you get it. But it'll be cool if you get it. And all that. But it's like, that's not the old fans. What's a freaking old fan? I want to freaking watch these movies in the theaters. I'm that old. I sound young, but I'm actually an old man, guys. So, but yeah, I'm like, you weren't even born. You were not even born for the prequels. Shut up. And that's how old I am. It's like, oh my God, there are people who are 20 years old, adults, who were not alive to watch the prequels. And they're telling me how Star Wars is supposed to be. Do you see how wrong that is, people? Do you see how freaking wrong that is? I remember when we had Star Wars magazines. Man, I remember where I could buy an AT-AT at the store for like $50. Or was it $100? It was an expensive toy. I really wanted one. I never got an AT-AT. But I always wanted one. That Lego I would actually buy and build. Change it up. Make a Blacktron AT-AT because Blacktron's my thing now. Okay, if I'm doing... I have this whole idea that I might do in stop motion of a Lego... Because I want to do a like space thing for a while. I had this whole idea of doing like a Prison Break series where a group of aliens are on the run being hunted and everything. Everybody wants them. Every faction wants them because they know where some treasure is. But I decided, no, if I'm gonna do like a series, it's gonna be Blacktron fighting the insectoids from Galaxy Squad, essentially. Two bad guys fighting each other. Because turns out there's some lore with that. But anyway, what else did I get? Let me get back to what this video is about. So, I went to the Build-A-Brick, got this figure. I got a bunch of these figures. I purposely made them with these parts and everything. Turns out this is like the canonical build for him. And I also went to the Goodwill, got some random parts, like a lot of little gold pieces, like things like arches. But I also found Admiral Akbar's head. Is it neat? I'm so happy. Anyway, so yeah, I got that stuff, and I got some gold leaves from Pick-A-Brick and all that. But other than that, it's like all I focused on is like more space. Gonna use those guys for Space Police. But anyway, so yeah, I even got the points card from Lego, so I'm gonna be making more purchases. I got a bunch of Star Wars keychains for my coworkers as well. But yeah, gonna be making more trips, at least once a month, to the Lego store. Now that I know where it is. But anyway, this is never leaving out of the box. One day I might crack and I might open it up. But for now, it's like, you know what? I think this is BS, though. This should have been an actual set on shelves. Because they would have made a lot of money with that. But they don't want my money. So, and I was a jerk. I returned everything. Mostly everything. Except for the keychains and the Pick-A-Brick stuff. I returned every Star Wars that I bought to get my money back. So I could pretty much get that for free. Should have done it twice. Anyway, so let's get to the Blacktron. So, like I said before, I think the Blacktron Mutants was the worst figure for army building because you got to get so many extra parts for him to be an army building character. But when you do, that's what they pretty much look like. Oh, it's a really nice looking figure. It really does look like it's updated, even though these are older parts. So it's like the effort is worth the reward. But then I thought, what if like I made him like mismatched, make him all injured? Because turns out this robot is supposed to be like a one-off thing. There's only literally one in the galaxy, and more of them would actually be dangerous. So to stick to the lore, I just used his armor. I was like putting on a Blacktron, one of these Blacktron mutants, to make it look like, oh, he was injured, so now they're trying to fix him up. But then I learned that the Blacktron mutant is mutated by a choice. See in the back, he has the Alien Conquest logo. So the Alien Conquest aliens made him that way, and he did it by choice to become better at his job. So now I'm like, okay, so you could just replace the head, and there you go. You got more mutants and all that. But it still makes him really specialized now, like in lore. Because my whole idea is like, oh, you got a battalion of injured men. That's why you can mix and match them. But no, not really. It's just buy yourself the legs and an extra arm, and there you go. That's more better. He is very unique to him. He's similar to the space villain, in that the space villain's lore is like lost his arm in a black hole. His leg got bit off by an insectoid. Yes, insectoids will eat people. I forgot why he lost his arm. I thought I had two of these guys' heads because I was going to use that head for my robot, my cyborg of the mutant. Apparently I don't. And I know I had two at one point. So that head is somewhere. Yeah, so these guys eat them. Well, apparently they're vegetarians, but I kind of assume they're omnivorous. But anyway. So yeah. So the Blacktron army is still the hardest army to build. But it's and what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's not too difficult. I think really the effort pays off because this is a really nice looking figure. Just getting yourself those white legs, black hips, and the extra arm and the helmet. Because buying individual Blacktron figures is expensive. So doing this might be cheaper. But again, if you're paying $5 per figure, and like 6 figures is $30, and yeah, it's weird and all that. It just depends. Like, do you like the white Blacktrons or do you like the original Blacktrons? It's very much one of those situations. I prefer the original. Like, to me, the white ones are more like you ever seen the movie Soldier? How they got the upgraded synthetics, or Blade Runner? How they have like the Nexus 6. Just what I see. It's like, okay, you're just the upgraded version from us, but we're still in use. You know what I mean? So that's how I see the white ones. I think they're called Future Generations. But apparently Future Generations is more canon than the originals because a lot of the figures, like Space Villain and Wrench, have this Future Generations logo. So they should be with Future Generation figures. They just don't look as cool as the original figures. And I'm sticking to the original. That's the ones I like. So when I do my stuff. But I do have a couple of Future Generations. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much. Oh wait, where was I? Buy my book, The Epic Acacius Crossroads, authorhouse.com. Imagine this in Lego. That'd be cool. I use a lot of Ninjago parts. Anyway, thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.